Hi, good morning, everyone.
Hey.
Hi. Thanks for coming. I know it's really early. So this is the Understanding Analytics panel and workshop. I realize that there's not like a ton of us, so I think instead of breaking into groups, what we're going to do is just kind of keep it like an intimate Q&A as soon as we run through.
I have intimacy issues, so can we not?
If you have issues, sit towards the back and just
Okay.
yell your question out. Just leave. But yeah, so we'll basically, we're going to start this, we're going to have two parts to this. We're going to start by kind of going through an overview of what each section in the analytics looks like. It's like just a quick run through. And then we'll go down the line and kind of explain to you what we specifically use the analytics for and what we find helps us best. And then we'll open up the floor to questions. So yeah, let's get started. Also, before we start, I recommend that you guys download, if you haven't already, the YouTube Studio app. It's free. So if you have it on your phone, we're definitely going to be referring to that like in questions. So make sure you have it, okay? Okay, so in the analytics, when you open it up on your YouTube page, there's like a whole long bar of like a million sections that can be really confusing. So basically what we've done is just kind of broken each one down into like a quick sentence of what it can do for you and your channel. So the overview is an overview report meant to give you a quick snapshot about how your channel is performing. So it'll have a bunch of different sections mixed into it. I believe there's revenue, there's views as of the last 28 days, that you can change that. And it has real-time views, how each video is doing, watch time. Now the real-time report gives you a more current look at your video views. It's updated every 10 seconds to show the estimated view counts overall, as well as breakdowns on your videos if you scroll down. And it also has options to look at the last 48 hours and the last 60 minutes. And then the revenue reports are literally just that. It just shows how much revenue your channel is bringing in, whether it's from YouTube Red or from ads. And it'll show you a breakdown of each video and the revenue that that's bringing in as well.
Yeah, so if you guys don't yet have the Studio app, like Keely said, you should download it. It's basically a place where you can, because when you have the YouTube app, I don't think you can like comment or reply to comments or like see those analytical numbers. But the other thing that you'll see on the side of the dashboard is watch time reports. And like Haley said, you can adjust the time frame that you want to look at. So you can look at like yesterday, or you can look at the past 30 days, and you can see the watch time reports, which will tell you how long people are watching for. So like the watch time, how many times your video is viewed, the average amount of time people are viewing for. They'll give you a percentage of like average view duration. So like for example, it might say like people are on average watching 60% of this particular video, and you can see a list of your videos. You can click on one video in particular that you're curious about. You can see demographics, like are guys watching your video, are girls watching your video, what's the age range, so you can kind of get a sense of what your audience is. Playback locations in a similar way tells you where your audience is coming from. Where are they viewing? Are they viewing in the US? Are they viewing in the UK? Yeah, those kind of numbers. Is this part? Yeah, too. Traffic sources, that's also kind of useful too. It'll tell you where people are coming to see your video. Are they seeing it in on YouTube, like suggested videos? Did they come from there? Did they come from Facebook? Did they come from Twitter? So you can kind of get a sense where people are most often coming to view your video. And then devices just tells you, did they view it on a TV? Did they view it on their phone? And that's kind of helpful too, because like at the end of your video, if you're telling someone to subscribe, it might look a little different on their phone than it does on a computer.
So one of my favorite parts of the YouTube Analytics app is the engagement reports. And this is really like my main focus of the app. It's what I personally use all the time. It basically gives you an insight into how your audience is interacting with your videos. Are they liking, are they commenting, are they basically engaged in your videos? And what I love about it, I have a phone dedicated just for like my YouTube support. I like to interact with people as soon as they leave something on a video, whether it's they send me a message, they leave a comment, whether it's negative or positive, I always try to answer immediately because I think that helps with audience retention. But going through what the engagement reports actually show you, obviously it'll show you your subscribers, right? So it'll show you close to accurate real time. I know there's a few like websites out there that do it like to the second. The subscriber analytic in the app, I think is like maybe like a 5-minute delay, but it'll show you all your active subscribers, gained and lost. It'll also show you your likes and dislikes, which is a really good analytic to have. A lot of people say, oh, I just, I'll turn that feature off. Never turn that, and from experience, never turn that feature off because it discourages your audience from being honest with you. And I just think it's like a negative thing to do, but we'll talk about that later. It'll also show you what videos of yours are in other people's playlists. So let's say someone has like, for me, for example, like a cool magic playlist, and I can see if any of my videos have been added there. I'm a magician, by the way. Going back to comments, it'll show you, up-to-date comments. The second that it comes in, you'll see it right to your phone. With the regular YouTube app, you won't get that. So definitely recommend using the Creator app. Sharing will show you how many times your videos have been shared. And I like what it'll do. It'll show you across which platform it has been shared. So it'll tell you if it was Facebook, a bit.ly link, or direct through YouTube, which I think is really, really powerful. Annotations, which is a really good way for you to put like extra, features and more dynamic into the content that's currently playing. And then the last thing, which I actually really like, is the new featured cards. We've all seen the little eye in the sky. I like that because you could suggest multiple links, and you can pretty much make that whatever you want as long as it's relevant to the video. If you have like an Etsy shop or you're referencing something that you saw in an article, you can put like that direct link in there, which is really cool stuff.
Cards are also clickable through mobile phones, while annotations are not. So cards are a really good way to share videos if someone is watching through a phone. Just
Yes, I forgot about that part.
Because no one uses the computer anymore, except for me. How to use YouTube Analytics is pretty basic. You're going to use it depending on your own style. Everyone uses it for different things, and you'll see what works best for you guys when you start using it. Certain things, you can find out anything in there, pretty much. But the things that are going to be right for you are going to be right for you. And not everyone uses every little bit of it. But you'll see which way to go after you use it for a while. You'll see which path you really want to see, which is important for you and your channel. Whether it's looking at subscribers and seeing how many you gain or lose on a daily basis or monthly basis or whatever. Or, like you said, watch time. I think Christina said something about like watch time per video and stuff like that as well. As far as craft the perfect message, analytics helps you craft the perfect message because you can see if someone's watching your video and they get 30 seconds in and automatically you see watch time just dissipate right there. You can look back at that video and kind of look at it and say, well, what did I say there or what did I do there? And you can kind of hone your message. Maybe you said something that offended someone and you can see that at that point that's when people dropped off or something to that effect. There's a lot of things you can use that for.
And cards, basically you just put them on, and then people can click them. But you have to understand that you have to put them at the right time. Like as audience retention, watch time and stuff, not many people will get to the end of your video, so you have to be sure to put them maybe towards the front or towards the middle, just to the point where people can actually see them and not have to wait through 3 minutes of an entire video just to get and click it. And on that note as well, I know I have a lot of hard time sometimes figuring out keywords and stuff, and analytics is great because it tells you exactly what keywords people are putting in to find your videos and clicking them. And that's really, really helpful because then you can easily just go back, edit your keywords, and add the keywords that people are looking for, and then it's just magic. And at the same time, the posting time is really important because not many people would probably be awake around 4 in the morning, so you have to know what time your audience is watching your video, and you'll post your video accordingly. So let's say 3 Eastern is 12 Pacific, so like depending on your audience, if it's younger, they'll be in school. So an ideal time, like for me, I like posting videos after 5 p.m. Eastern because then mostly everyone is out or they're getting out, they're on their way home, and it's just like really ideal to get them in a time where everyone is capable of watching your video.
So before we open to any questions that you guys have, we wanted to go down the line and basically introduce ourselves and let you know what our channels are about and what we find most useful with analytics, since there are so many reports. And depending on what kind of content you make or what type of channel you have, a report for one might not work best for you and a different report would work better. So basically, my name is Kaylee. I have a channel where I upload, well, I have many channels, but my main channel, I upload 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I don't have a set schedule of what types of videos go up on those 5 days. It's just random videos, but I do upload 5 times a week. And I have a range of content. I do trailer reactions, I do unboxings, I do rants, I do vlogs, I do skits, I do everything. So I struggle with audience retention a lot, and the fact that my demographics constantly change depending on if I put out a video that might be makeup related. My demographics for that week could kind of flip-flop from male to female. But typically my demographics are 80% male, 20% female, which is like super hard to like cater content to. So I definitely use the demographics all the time to make sure that I'm kind of catering to the correct audience that week. Cards are a big thing. I know I mentioned, and when Thomas talked about it, I use cards over annotations at this point because they are clickable through your mobile phone. And something that I guess I can talk about it. I spoke with a YouTube representative, and I was informed that your revenue is based off of watch time, and that watch time includes if they watch a video, click to a new video, click to a new video, click to a new. So let's say someone has a session of 45 minutes, and maybe they watch 3 of your videos and 2 of someone else's videos. You get paid for the entire session. It's like if you were a bartender and you were clocked in, shared time with another bartender, and then when you clock out, you pull the tips, and however many minutes you were on shift, you get paid for that amount of money. So that's something really good to know, and definitely use cards because you want people to click to a different video. So something I've been doing more recently is if I'm making a video and the topic is slightly relevant to something I've already talked about previously, I'll say in my video, by the way, click this card up in the corner and check out my other video that I made that's similar. So the cards report is really good as well because you can see how many people are using your cards to click, whether it's on mobile or on an actual computer. And traffic sources, like Nicole mentioned as well, is a really good report to check out because it will show you how people are finding your videos. It'll have an overview of the basic search terms. So my top search is IBS, which is kind of weird, but I made a video talking about IBS, and now like that's the one thing that people come to my channel for, which is really weird. But now I try to make sure that my tags all match like the types of videos that I'm making, so you can look either individual videos or overall channel. So yeah, that's what I do.
I'm just making some notes. My name's Christina, and my channel is La Cristina Angelica. I do kind of comedy lifestyle videos. I like to talk about dating. That's always fun. And I guess I use a few different things. One thing that I found helpful when I get discouraged sometimes, and you get like a dislike on a video and you're like, why the heck did I get a dislike? You know, like there's literally nothing not to like about this. And you can go in and see, like it won't tell you who disliked your video, but sometimes it's kind of nice to go into the analytics of the likes and dislikes. See, are your dislikes coming from a subscriber or not from a subscriber? See how like far into the video did they dislike, because there are some people who will just kind of go on a rampage and they're having a bad day and they'll just go and dislike a bunch of videos. Another thing is the audience retention. I don't like to look at this all the time because sometimes it can be discouraging, especially when you're first starting out. There are going to be lots of people that will click on, maybe watch like 1 or 2 minutes, maybe even less. And so you'll see like, oh, they're watching about 60% on average, 60% of this video. But what is cool is you can go in and there's a graph and you can kind of adjust it, and it'll show you like an actual line over the course of your video. As your video plays, this is when like, okay, the numbers are starting to dip, people are starting to leave the video, and it says on the side, it'll show like actual numbers, or you can adjust it to say like above average, average, below average. And so you can see, okay, at the beginning of my video, it started about here, there's like a little dip, that's normal, like they're not being hooked in, whatever. But then if you see anything sort of drastic, it can clue you into, oh, what did I start talking about here? Did I start rambling? Did I go off on a tangent? Like, why are people clicking away? And you can kind of take a moment to think about that and use that as you move forward. And then the cards thing that everybody's talking about is really awesome. Just know that I don't think I can use cards right now because I have a strike on my account. So just be careful with like in terms of copyright. I know that's not what we're talking about today. But a lot of times when you first start out, it's just important to educate yourself on what things that you can use in your videos, especially with music and stuff like that. And even if your intentions aren't bad, even if you don't monetize the video, you can still get a strike on your account, and that will keep you from having some of these resources like cards. So just be careful.
Well, hi, my name is Nicole, and my channel is Fangirl Nicole. When I first started my channel, I did a lot of like fangirl videos, mostly like concert videos, and as time progressed, I kind of like switched over to more like art videos and things I like, as in most recently I've been doing like a few gaming videos like Pokemon and stuff. I've done a few unboxings, and I feel as if the most important to me is audience retention, because when I first started, like a lot of my videos, because I'm a huge fan of Fifth Harmony, so I posted a lot of Fifth Harmony videos, and to this day, those are probably like my most watched videos, and like sometimes you get a little discouraged because you're like, okay, well, audience retention on those is like all the way up, and then like the ones that I'm doing, like filming, like working hard on them, it's like kind of goes down. So that's why I kind of like look into that and like craft my videos to like go in with it. And then at the same time, I also like to see demographics, because one time I posted a video of Fifth Harmony speaking in Spanish, so like about 70% of the views that I get are more like from Spanish, South American countries, and the Caribbean and stuff. So I want to make sure that like I can well round and be like a good channel for like all of them, so that they can like my content. But aside from that, yeah, that's pretty much all I do.
My name's James Lamprey. I have a channel called Fun Foods, and where I make fun and unusual desserts mostly, but all kinds of foods. And what I use analytics for, mostly I use it to look at subscriber count on a daily basis, and I try to see if I put up a video that, let's say, people really don't like, and I try to figure out what happened. For instance, I dabbled with some of the YouTube Live recently, probably 2 months ago, and I did it on a different day of the week. Normally I do my food videos on a Sunday, which I always do, but I just did a live video where I had a friend come in, we just did a live thing, and my subscribers, I lost more subscribers on those 2 days that I did a live broadcast, and it was, they don't want to see that, they want to see food, they don't want to see, even if it's on a different day of the week. But you can actually, if you're in analytics, I don't know if it's on the phone, but I know you can do it on the computer, because I'm old school, I go computer. So if you're in your subscriber count in analytics, it says subscriber, it'll tell you the total subscribers you have, but you can also click subscribers lost, and it'll tell you how many you lost that day, how many you gained that day, and then the total is the difference between the gain and loss. So you can literally see how many you lost in one day, and it's kind of disheartening when you get like 100 subscribers lost in a day, and you're like, what'd I do? So then you can look, but it's good to have the numbers, so you can look back and say, okay, I did this, don't do that again. You know, it's pretty much tells you what to do. But of course, you know, keeping that in mind, if you really want to do the live stuff, then do it. I mean, it's your channel. You know, don't get so caught up on the numbers that you don't do something you want to do. It was just something it was like an added bonus I wanted to do for my subscribers, and it just didn't work out. So why go through the work and doing it, you know? So that was, for me, that's the main thing I use analytics for. I mean, of course, you can always see what you make and all that stuff. That's always fun to watch, but it's really fun if you make a lot. But if you don't, then it's not as fun. But yeah, stuff like that. But that's the main thing I use it for.
So, excuse me, my name is Thomas. My channel name is Thomas Hayden TV. And I'm a magician, but my channel is very eclectic. I make a lot of different videos ranging from, travel vlogs and what it's like to be, life on the road as an entertainer, which I think is really fun because, it's not all glamorous. There's, for every 1 hour show, there's, 10 plus hours of prepping and traveling and flights and losing luggage. So I think it's just fun to show people like an insight to that. But I also make things that I'm interested in. James actually inspired me to make some like food videos. I went down your channel's rabbit hole and I watched almost every video. And I was like, I want to do something like this because it was fun. So I made like a chocolate milk hack video, and it was really popular. I was like, oh, people seem to like this. So it's something I'm gonna, pursue in the future. As far as analytics go, like I said before, my favorite feature is all the engagement reports that you can get. I live in New York City, and a big inspiration of mine is Gary Vaynerchuk, who, I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's like mogul, entrepreneur, internet, he's just an awesome person. And he gave me, I met up with him about 2 years ago, and he gave me a really solid piece of advice, which was, to give a crap about your audience. Not the words he used, but I'm gonna keep it PG. And that's like the best advice I've ever gotten. He told me that, and trust me, I've tested this out. He responds to 90% of his personal emails. Given everything else that he's doing, has a full schedule, every comment, every email he answers and he replies to. And that's something that really stuck out to me, and I try to do that for every single one of my platforms, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube. I always answer people, and I try to do it as fast as I can, and that's why I have a phone dedicated to only that.
Okay, so if you guys have any questions, you can start asking them now.
I was curious, how exactly, I've gotten kind of interested in wanting to do live streams a little bit more on YouTube, and I was wondering how are live stream views viewed as opposed to like something pre-recorded, like get a play video as opposed to a live stream video, like how is that analyzed?
Does anyone do live streams more often than that?
I did 2 of them and they weren't good for me, so I don't know what kind of advice I can give you on that.
Yeah, I mean, I've done live streams before. Specifically, I've live streamed Doctor Who reactions. Like, I have a big following of people who watch Doctor Who, and I recently got into it about 3 years ago. So I would basically live stream every, not the episode, but like me watching and reacting to the episode. The one thing that I noticed about live streams is that the viewership will come and go during the live stream. I think at maximum, and I don't know how this correlates to anything, but at max I had like maybe a little over 100 people watching the live stream. But when the live stream finished and finally uploaded to YouTube as a video, it said I had like 600 views already. So I'm assuming, and correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, but I'm assuming that every view from the live stream correlates as an actual view on the video once it publishes.
That's what I was curious about, because like I did a live stream with some friends, like it was just, we were drunk and playing Minecraft.
Always fun.
Like I told them I'd take a shot for every diamond I found, and they found a lot.
Okay.
But I noticed that there was like a huge spike in my viewership at that particular point, even though there was really only like maybe 15, 20 people watching.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't understand. I mean, because it was a big spike, and I was like, so I wasn't sure. And then I started realizing like, well, they do, watch the view time as opposed to anything else, and these people are actually live watching you.
Yeah.
So like, is that what they're counting, or is it like the actual?
I believe the live viewership is counted as an overall view once it's published, and then obviously people can continue watching.
Yeah.
Another thing that I recently found out that's really interesting is that while you're live streaming, it's also monetized. So before someone can enter the live stream, they have to watch an ad.
Okay.
So not only are you getting revenue while you're live streaming, but also when it's published. A piece of advice that I will give that I just recently got into, I don't know if you're familiar with YouNow, but you can actually stream from YouNow, and it will upload and stream to your YouTube channel at the same time. So if you gain a following on YouNow, you can actually be streaming on both websites at the same time and making revenue from both websites as well. So that might be something to look into for anyone who live streams.
I actually have a friend in Canada just like off $50,000 on YouNow, and they're going to tell her that. So.
Yeah, you can set it up so that it will stream while you're on YouNow. It will also stream to your channel. And if anyone is on your channel while you're live streaming, a little annotation will pop up on your video that says, so-and-so is streaming now, click here, on any video. So that's also something that's kind of cool, like a new little feature that they recently added in. Anyone else, questions?
I have a comment though. One of the things I know that YouTube is coming out with, it's in beta right now and it's only offered to certain channels that are big enough, is where we used to have annotations at the end, like for instance my videos, at the very end I'll put like 2 other videos that are related. So if I make a cake, I'll have another type of cake that might be related, or Oreo cookie recipe or something like that. So right now I'd have to actually put it in there when I'm editing, that little clip, that 30-second clip at the end, and then annotate it. What they're doing, it's in beta right now, and I don't know when they plan on having it, but it's only available to, I think, people over 100,000 subscribers, something like that, is they'll have the actual annotation. You just click the video you want, like a card, sort of, and it will show up right there at the end of your thing. And I think it only lasts for 15 seconds, and you can move them. You can put 2 or 3 on there. So it's something to think about. So when you're editing your stuff, think about that in the long term, because if they come out with this, let's say 6 months or a year from now, then those old videos that you have a clip on there, I'm sure you can just superimpose and put it on top of it. But it could probably, you want to think about editing videos in the future. Just to give you a heads up on that.
I also have a comment. I meant to mention before when we were talking about how we use analytics and stuff, the demographics and where people are coming from, I find helpful, because when I first started out YouTube, I was very open with my friends and family. I was like, hey, I made a YouTube channel, come watch this video. So I started kind of on Facebook, and what I learned is that while my friends and family enjoy watching my videos, it's kind of unwise to encourage them to subscribe, because most of them actually aren't like regular YouTube viewers. Like, I'm the kind of person, I can sit and YouTube's like my thing. Like, I will watch videos for hours, but like they just care about me. So I think that's important to think about, obviously still promote your channel to your friends and family, like that'll get you started for sure. But think about, you really want to bring in people who are already YouTube viewers, because like Kaylee said, what matters most in terms of like revenue and stuff are really more like watch time and views than subscribers. I know it's really easy to get caught up on that number, and you do want to gain like a loyal following and people who are invested in you and care about you. But if you're, thinking business wise, like watch time is what matters most. And so you want people who are already the kind of people who like sit down and watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Because if you're trying to sell yourself to somebody who thinks like YouTube is just for like those random cat videos, like they're probably not going to binge watch on your channel. And you want people to binge watch your channel and watch video after video after video, because that's what's going to bring you the money.
I was going to say, and advertisers, they look at watch time. It's very important, because they want to know how influential you are with the people who are watching your stuff. And if someone's just watching 2 minutes of a 10-minute video, then you're not really influential, because you can't even get them to watch 10 minutes of your video, or at least 60%. Look at least 60% is a good number. No one's going to watch, your watch time isn't going to be 100% all the time. But if you get 60%, that's a pretty good number. Anything over 60%, that's great. Advertisers love that. So think along those terms. If you're in it for the money, you don't have to be just in it for the money. I know it kind of sounds weird, but if you'd like to make money from it.
Something else that I like to briefly mention, because I recently had a call with my manager, And I was explained that something I never knew, and I've been on the website for 8 years, is that the first 3 lines in your description of your videos is basically just like tags. So the way that your videos come up in search is also correlated to the lines. I was explained to me that I have, what is it called, a default description that I just set up for every video. I went to the defaults, that's my description, I never change it. I had a call with my manager and they explained to me, hey, well you're coming up in searches for only things related to Harry Potter because the first line of my description had something to do with Harry Potter. So it's something to think about, going back into your videos and revamping your first 3 lines of the description to at least describe what's going on in the video. If you have a video about Pokemon Go, mention Pokemon Go like 3 times in your description. Like say, here I am playing Pokemon Go, this game is so awesome. If you haven't downloaded Pokemon Go, you should really go do it. Like, just run through sentences because it helps your search results. And remember, once a video is up, it's never too late to go back and change it. Something I recently did, and I have 500 videos on my channel, but I've recently started going back to my original videos and I'm changing all the tags. And I'm noticing that my videos in the beginning, I would just tag it Kaylee Kill, girl in Florida. Like that was the extent of my tags. So I went back and I started adding tags, removing tags that were irrelevant. I changed the description of some things. Back in the day, vlogs were what are now called story time. So I went back to the vlogs where I was telling a story and I changed the title to be something story time because it's relevant now. And I amended my description. So I think it's important that if you really want to see your channel grow and you want to see your viewership grow, to go back to your videos every once in a while and change your tags and change your titles and change the description. Personally, I have noticed a huge increase in my viewership, my subscriber count, and revenue just from doing that for the past 3 months. It's definitely something to look into if you want to see your channel grow and maintain. So that's my 2 cents.
I actually went back through my videos, and because of the whole story time thing, videos that I posted like a year, 2 years ago maybe, I changed the name and I put story time. I met whoever it was, and I noticed that everything went up from that. Like comments, likes, views, everything, like it really went up from that. I was like really surprised.
Oh, also, just another little thing, like Kaylee said, put the keywords in that first 3 sentences, that first paragraph, but also make it so it flows. Don't just put the keywords in there. It will actually take your video down if you just fill it with keywords and it doesn't flow in a sentence. So make sure it actually flows, especially right now because YouTube is on a kick right now. They will take your video down in a heartbeat. So make sure it flows. First 3 things, and it's also a good idea at the very end. Like for instance, I'll do the first 3 sentences. First 3 sentences, I will put some of those keywords in, but then I'll put all my information. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, all that. Then at the end, I hope you enjoyed watching me make whatever I made. Kind of first part and back part. And remember, you can also use just another thing that's not exactly that, but hashtags in the title. You could put a hashtag in the title of your video now, so that's allowed. So.
For the tags that you put in your video, let's say you have like 20 of them in there, are like the first few going to be like more important, I guess, than the last few? I don't know how to explain it. Does it have like more like value the higher up they are in the list of tags that you write out?
The first 10. After 10, it's not going to have much value.
Okay.
So put the most relevant ones first.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
It's not so much a question as it is relevant. And what I've been told directly from Google is if you have links to your social media in your description, they need to be beyond the see more. If they turn up in your description, it can flag as like spam links and so take people off of YouTube. So it's like bad practice to put your social media links in your visible description. Well,
Are you talking about like when you click the, like for instance, like annotation, for instance, you can only do the subscribe?
I think what he means is when you scroll down to the description and you see the first 3 lines, if you have your links in the first 3 lines, it can flag it as spam. they have to actually just click open description, and then you can have it, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay, see, I didn't know that, so now I learned something.
I've also heard that, well, you know, all these organizations like Google, YouTube is Google, and Facebook, like they're kind of competing and they just want, you know, the more the merrier for them. So like, for example, on YouTube, it is kind of best to maybe not include like links, but just include your social like username for those things, but also include like your most popular videos in the description, because YouTube wants, like Keely said, like people to watch video after video after video. And so like if you put, I don't know, your Harry Potter video or whatever, just put like other links that you think that people might enjoy or might get a really good sense of who you are and what your channel's about in the description, because there might be a chance that they're like, oh, this person's pretty cool, I wonder what else I should watch. And so like the cards help with that. I think it's also good though to put it in the description as well. And if you are promoting on Facebook, I kind of had a sense of this, but I really learned this weekend, that it's best to upload like a snippet of whatever your video is directly through Facebook, because Facebook is not trying to promote YouTube videos, they're trying to promote their own video stream or whatever you want to call it. So if you are trying to promote your channel in any way on Facebook, your posts are not going to get as much visibility if you have a YouTube link, or if you're uploading like through YouTube, if you're uploading a YouTube link. So upload directly to Facebook. You can mention in the video, go over to YouTube, but don't put a link or anything if you want to get more visibility.
Yeah, Facebook will drop a YouTube link to the bottom of the feed, but one way sort of around it is to actually go into, you can either do it through Google, the URL shortener, take your thing, put it to a Google URL shortener or Bitly or anything like that, and then put that link into that little dedicated, you know, snippet video, and then it's not a YouTube link. They don't see it as that, and then it won't drop as far down. So it's helped a little, so little tricks.
All right, if we don't have any more questions, I think we can end it. But thank you guys. Oh, well, okay.
Just what you're saying about putting a video in the description, or like people watching videos. What I've been told that, and I didn't know beforehand, is that if you look at the first link of someone, you know, going down the YouTube rabbit hole, like looking at related videos and watching and going related videos and watching different videos, if you're the first person in that chain, you get like this credit, basically credited for like.
Yeah. I don't know if you were here when I mentioned that, but I did mention that earlier. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I spoke with my manager about it, and it is true. It's definitely something to keep in the back of your mind, and that's why you want to have cards and check your playlists and the analytics, because it's good to be in playlists. That all helps your revenue. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I hope we answered your questions.